Vincenzo'S Gold Crypto Investing. And if you didn't watch that video I put out last night, this is very important. We went over this about 2 months ago when they started talking about implementing this. We're going to a cashless society, and this is your home of the Cashless Society 2024 preparedness, preparation, and action channel. And not only do we do crypto and gold, we're preparing you for the 2024 Cashless Society. And you guys, I encourage all of you to read not HR, that's the Inflation Reduction Act. We went into that before. But where is this at? Where is it at, Joe Biden? Let's find this. You can just go up here and search crypto, and then it comes down. And then it brings you all to the laws. Right here, this is the background press cost senior advisor, first ever framework for the Digital Act. And if you go into there and go to my channel, you can see that is Executive Order 14067, ensuring responsible development of digital currency, right? And usually when the government makes a law in the U.S., it actually means the opposite. So that says the responsible, it probably will be the irresponsible, what the federal government does. But I believe we are going to be going into a cashless society, and that brings us into XRP. And you're going to have to own and going to have to know and have to educate yourself and get a whole bunch of knowledge as much as you can between now and 2024 on the companies and the blockchains that are going to be processing all these payments, right? When everything fully goes digital and cash is taken out of circulation and there is no more physical fiat dollars, you have to use a physical or a digital fiat dollar instead of a physical fiat dollar, the fiat dollar coin, as I call it. You're going to want to be educated as much as possible on the companies and blockchains and businesses that are going to prosper, either making the processing machines, installing the process machines, maintaining the processors that process the transactions, and the coins and the networks that are used and will be used as they unveil, unleash, and implement the cashless society that is coming. No matter if you want it or not, I don't want it, but I can't change it. It's going to happen. All we can do is prepare to prosper and to move one step ahead of the average person around the world and get on top of what's actually taking place. But if you look at the XRP price, and this is the daily time frame I see. In the daily time frame, which you can see in the last year has been over a year, about a year and a half, 2 years. We had this big consolidation back here to end 2020, and we coiled up right in here. And then we pumped and had the blow off top, right? And ever since that point, this was when I called the multi-year bear market in crypto, April 2021. And then we had a big bear market rally. Some coins blew to all-time highs. Bitcoin barely got above the all-time high. You can see XRP. It used all of its momentum because how many coins there are to get up there. It just didn't have the fortitude, the momentum, and the buyers and the new movers in the market to push it up even higher. But you had a nice, ferocious bear market rally. And then that was essentially your mountain double top. But we've been in a long bear market since then. And we're about a year and a half into this bear market. And you can see now the levels that we're at, right? We used to be up here about $2. The first bull run in 2017, I think we got up to just shy of $3. Maybe nipped it a little above. I know it was somewhere in and around the $3 price level. And then you had a 2-year bear market, right? Maybe over a 2-year bear market before you hit your new highs. And that's exactly where we're in now. And I was trying to do all the warning I could when we were in this long consolidation after the big blow off top. After any big move up or down, there's always a nice consolidation. This one happened to be about a 9 to 10 month consolidation, right? And it formed a neutral continuation pattern, which is a symmetrical triangle where you have the base where it enters a 90-degree angle, and then you have descending lower support or upper resistance, descending upper resistance about 183, upper resistance about 168, upper resistance about 139, upper resistance about 132, upper resistance in the 90 cent range, right? And then it broke to the downside. right? I thought this is neutral, meaning it could go bullish or bearish. About a 50-50 chance. And usually the direction of the price is the direction it'll break out of. But I was thinking it was going to head down because I knew we were going to be entering into a big bear market, right? And nobody wanted to believe there was going to be a big bear market. They thought it was just a quick sell-off here and another quick sell-off there in January 2022, December 2021, and then February 2022, and all the way back there, the first double bottom that we hit. Everyone thought, they were convinced this was the bottom in crypto. June of 2021, and then in July of 2021, they were convinced that was the bottom and we would never go below that. And then they were ultimately convinced when they had a similar support level reached here and then had this nice ferocious rally, when it doesn't look like a lot when you zoom out to the macro time frame, but if you're into the daily time or into the hourly time frame, only looking at a few weeks at a time, this looks like a ferocious rally. If you're zoomed into it really close, it looks like it's never going to end. But if you take a step back and look at it, you can see nothing actually happen. You can't even see that. See that right there? See it? That's the volume spike. Way down there, can't even see it. It's so tiny. It's like a little pin needle, right? And then we broke down to the downside. And now you can see we're in this long consolidation. And I feel like for the next 6 to 10 months, or the next 6 months, depending on the Fed, if the Fed in 6 months is still tightening, this bear market won't be forming a rounding bottom yet. But in another 6 months, that'll make 2-year bear market. And we're going to be sitting down here in the chart. And I think we're going to be somewhere between the mid part of the shithouse in red, aka the golden nugget, the golden pocket, the golden accumulation zone, and in the last line of defense to the shithouse in orange, somewhere between 8 and about 18 to 19 cents. I feel like we're going to have an extended period where, see how you have this up and down 15-20% intraday moves right where we've been at. I think you're going to have one of these consolidations down there where it sits down there for a month, maybe 2 months, looks dead, all bad news coming out, no excitement, momentum sapped, and then it'll start to form a rounding bottom as the Fed starts to pivot in 6 to 10 months. Because they will eventually pivot. They're just going to try to wait as long as possible. So I think the next 3 to 4 months, they're still going to be hawkish. They're still going to be in the money destroying category. They're still going to be in the fighting the inflation. They're still going to be, hey, a 3-wheel me guy. There's a me guy, a me guy, whatever that shit is that I got that you guys should buy. I never seen another one outside the plant. I see one driving down. That's awesome. Somebody in the great state of Michigan is riding the 3-wheel Chinese bike that does go 20.5 to 21. I pushed it 2 miles an hour, but it steadies off about 20.5 miles an hour. But I think we're going to be down in here before we really start to turn around anything and try to attempt to find a bottom, right? And attempt to see one in the price action over a monthly time frame where you can definitely see low or higher lows and higher highs and a base being formed. And right now we're just in a consolidation until we have the next leg to the downside. And in the short term, you want to watch the 32 cents. If we zoom in real quick, got to run into the dentist. If you want to stay bullish, you got to stay above that 32 cents. If you drop below 29 cents, the next leg that I was talking about, to drop down 10 or 15 cents to that 18 cent to 22 cent target, or 18 to 20 cent target, would initiate if you broke that 29 cents. If you can hold that 32 cents, you can still remain short-term bullish, meaning in the hour or 2 hour time frame. Like right now, you can see we've stabled off and we've been trying to push up, but you got overhead resistance in a descending fashion at about where you're at now, the 35 cents, and then a major upper resistance that's been knocking the price down for about 2.5 months at 37 cents, that blue line. And you can see that rejected. If this will load up, it's always a wild card with Sprint. You can see rejected, a long consolidation on it, and then a flush, pump, a rejection, and then our final support that flipped it back in early June from major support back here. See that support. We'll get our pointer tool out just to emphasize this. See that? Support, flush, flipped it to resistance, and that started your major resistance as soon as you broke below that, about June 11th of 2022, and now it's your major resistance, and you can see we've been being resisted resisted, resistance, 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 and now we're coming back up to it or near into that area where it is major resistance, right? So that's what we're watching out for in the XRP price. This was an XRP update because I didn't do enough XRP yesterday. Like, subscribe, and share to you, yes, you, all of my beautiful audience members. Check out college football news. We picked up about 15 subscribers yesterday. We had 2,900 views. If we want to take a look at that real quick, if you guys want to come over there and help support the new channel, it's doing very well right now. It's had a lot of momentum and a lot of people actually watching it. It's been outperforming my crypto station, surprisingly, with only 47 people. We picked up about 12 yesterday. I think I had 36 when I left Bloomington. Even having 99.99% fewer audience, it's outperforming my crypto, right? So you can see we had 2,300 views in the last 48 hours, and we've had 14,000 views and almost 15,000 views now. And I started this station right there about September 2nd. So we've only been doing this for 17 days, and we're on pace for a 30,000 view month. And if we extrapolated the data out times 12, we'd be looking at 120,000 a year. Oops, I believe that would be the math. 30,000 a month, and this is just ever growing. It's just multiplying each day times 12. We'd be looking at a $360,000 or 360,000 subscriber or 360,000 views in a year. And that's just massively outperforming my crypto station. So if you're wondering where I'm at on Saturdays and Friday nights, it's college football, and it's college football overdrive, because the views are there, the audience is enthused, and I have to build this channel now with the momentum into the heart of the college football season. And I predict today, with all the updates that we do on the inner game, we do a lot of highlights and analysis during in-game highlights and analysis live, where we put the highlights out right after it happens. I feel like last weekend we hit, I think it was 6,000, 7,000 views between Friday night and Sunday. I predict a 10,000 view weekend, and I predict massive subscribers today. Peace and love to you, yes, you, my beautiful, lovely audience.